Hey Ollie, what do you have there?
Well, Dave, I'm glad you asked because I'm enjoying a nice cup of whey protein. If you need to bulk up fast, whey protein is the way to go.
That was my one line for this entire bit.
But of course, after that, you might need some entertainment, so why don't you watch Sunshine on Blu-ray and DVD?
This is supposed to be a parody of the Wayne's World bit.
Or, after that, why don't you play some Munchkin Guest Artist Edition?
We're not sponsored for any of this stuff.
What about the Star Munchkin Guest Edition? Ha!
Oh great, he's got a lot of Munchkin
What
now.
about the Game Changers from Munchkin? Or the Adventure Time Munchkin? Why don't we play Super Munchkin?
Where's this all
Why don't we
coming
play
from?
Zombie Munchkin? I want to play Unnatural War!
You're picking that up.
Munchkin. Hello and welcome to NPCs of Wildemount reviewing episode 9 of Critical Role 2.
9.
9. So it's official, they're the Mighty Nein, but it's, they say that it's the number 9, but they say it, when they say it, as if it's the German word 9.
To be honest, it's a good strategy. It's like, people are going to be looking for 9 people. There's
Yeah.
not 9 people.
It's fairly clever, slightly misleading, but ultimately that's the name they're going with. So Mighty Nein, alright, and I'm sure there'll be Mighty Nein merch in the stores at some point soon. Yeah.
Someone buy that for us. we literally wear the same shirts over and over again because we can't afford anything else.
We can't beg our audience.
We can. I'm begging for Critical Role stuff.
Actually, I wouldn't mind some Nintendo 64 games. Like
That's got nothing to do with Critical Role.
There's dice in Critical Role, and you rearrange the letters of dice. You get iced.
Okay, we're going to move on
And
because you're
then-
making a terrible point.
And then there's the Frozen Road and Mario Kart.
Now I feel bad for
Or
you.
Super Mario 64.
I just feel bad
There's
for
the
you.
place of ice.
I feel bad for you. Just move on.
Okay, alright, we'll talk about Critical Role then, because that's generally what people come here to see. Although most of the comments is just like us talking completely.
We had a passive-aggressive fight just before this. And
Yeah.
there's this weird awkward tension between us that we're not actually discussed until this moment.
We're both really low on sleep, because I've been really ill like
And
the
we
last
snapped
3
at
days.
each other, like, normally we snap at each other and we joke around with it.
Yeah.
But we actually snapped at each other, and we don't live together anymore, so it's just awkward.
Yeah. But I think
we'll get that out there.
Yeah.
We'll just throw that out there. That's the reason why it looks like we're sitting apart from each other. That's why I'm not wearing pants. And
there was
making you
a
really uncomfortable.
miscommunication about one of the Dragon Tavern episodes. I thought that he didn't want to see the stuff.
No, we're moving on. We're
and
reviewing.
then he was like,
Shut up. We're not.
I thought you were supposed to come back. You didn't say that.
Please watch our Dragon Tavern for that continuation of this argument, because it's going to come up now. You do realise you've done it now.
It's actually not a bad way of getting people to watch the rest of our content.
Do you want to see us fight? Watch the other ones.
We'll continue that argument.
Now, the
with Dragon
reason why
Tavern.
we're kind of drawing this out is because
Nothing happened again.
it's I mean, there was a lot of character moments. There were certain nuggets thrown in there.
Yeah.
But there was a lot of Matt going, This is a thing. You should do this thing, and the rest of the team going, you want to go to the bathhouse?
Let's hang out and have a conversation.
I know.
Watch each other get out of the
Let's
bath.
go find some porno, Max.
Yeah. So, I mean, okay, now it's the start of the campaign. You definitely want some role-playing moments and that kind of thing, so the players can get to know the players, or if it's live streamed like this, so we can get to know the players and their characters. But I do feel that they've done it a bit too much now. I think
Matt's trying so hard. He even threw in the line like, before you guys continue on the next chapter of your journey, do this. And then they go do something very minor, but they don't into the journey. Eventually they do find a task to do.
right at the end.
Right at the end. But
So hopefully next episode is a bit more story.
there's something to do.
Yeah.
Really. To be honest, this is just exploring Zadash.
Which was great for like the last 2 episodes, but I kind of wanted to see more of the story and more of the progression of their adventures rather than just the interaction between them.
Yeah, so we'll try and go through it in the best possible way. So they enter the Leaky Tavern. That's where they...
The Leaky Tap.
Oh, tap.
The Leaky Tap Tavern.
I thought it was just a Leaky Tavern.
It's the Leaky Tap Tavern.
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
Leaky Tap Tavern.
It's almost like beatboxing. Leaky Tap Tavern.
Not even close to beatboxing. I don't think you know what beatboxing is.
Anyway, they meet a gruff Dragonborn. I think it's the first Dragonborn they've seen in Zadash, which is cool, and he's kind of old and he's a bit rude and he's kind of just wanting to get his business done and Yeah.
Yeah.
There's also a whole lot of finely dressed people at this point. Matt makes a point of this is an upper class place, like the Pillow Trove. Or people are wearing their finery, there's something going on, there's some kind of event.
It's like the best tavern in Zadash, which is what they kind of asked for.
Yeah.
So basically they kind of put out there that they're looking for work. Ford and Bo. They end up in a secret meeting.
Yeah.
Of a possible... This is, again, one of those things I was telling you, Matt, was just like, giving them something, just run with it.
Meeting!
Just do it.
Go there.
Yeah. Just do that. And then it turns out there's a little bit of political unrest happening in Zadash.
Yeah.
I can't tell whether that's actually going to be an important plot thread, or that was just Matt hoping they would just go, oh, let's run with this. Let's find out more about this. But the meeting happened and that was it.
Well, I feel that Matt is trying to take an approach.
I feel bad for him. I feel so bad for Matt.
I feel he's trying to take an approach of letting the players choose which actions to take next. But at one point he's just like, you see a board and it's got all the jobs and these are the jobs that need doing in the town.
Yeah.
Pick one for the love of God and just start.
And even had a town crier just saying things.
Come on. Storyline. Anyone.
I can totally... I want someone to do some fan art. Matt just like yelling out and the players just walking around, just looking everywhere else but where Matt is.
So, essentially they make their way to a political coup, which is kind of interesting.
Well, a meeting about it's not like a political coup. It's kind of like the early stages of like a rebellion or some kind of infighting, because they're kind of saying, what problems do we have here? You know, I mean, just kind of starting to build up. So it feels like that's going to be a slowly built kind of thing that's going to happen.
It seems like some people want to overthrow the government at this point. They're not happy with the leadership.
Fight the power.
Oh yeah, fight the power within the confines of the law. Otherwise,
it's in New Zealand. We're alright.
Yeah, we're fine.
I mean, we don't really care.
No.
I mean, our prime minister's pregnant.
Yeah.
She's happy.
Basically, when the war of the world is happening, and America is throwing stuff at North Korea, and they're kind of jabbing Brexit and stuff.
They're having peace talks at the moment. It's very progressive.
Apparently, Trump just said, "Oh, there's going to be a talk," without actually consulting people, and then people were like, "What? What are you talking about?" Trump kind of just
really,
yeah. There was actually
welcome to New Zealand. Just trying to explain New Zealand politics. We have no idea. Now back to the rest of the world. We have no idea.
Basically, you guys are all fighting like in the middle for supremacy,
and we're just over here
eating chips.
So a critical role.
We're kind of like, we've got orcs and hobbits, like. Shh, New Zealand. We're trying to have a serious conversation.
That's so racist by this point, because that's what everyone says.
You're
racist to your own people.
I met someone online who was like, you guys have the internet? I thought you guys were in grass skirts hunting boars in the forest.
Were they Australian? Because it feels like they're Australian.
No, they were American.
That was something that Australians throw at us a lot. That was kind of insult.
I said that we have one computer, it's in Parliament, you have to go on a waiting list to use it, and it's been 2 years.
Alright, we'll go back to Critical Role. We're just rambling.
So Jester goes to play cards in one of these taverns, and come on, Jester tries to cheat. She essentially tries to sleight of hand some of her own cards. It goes very, very badly.
I don't know how I feel about Jester at the moment. It's kind of flip-flops for me. One second she's adorable and awesome. Next minute she's trying to cheat and kind of being a dick.
Well, see, there's been some discussion, especially even on our comments on these videos, that Jester might be portraying herself as a rather naive, innocent person when really there's something darker beneath the surface.
I don't think so, because when she's alone, she doesn't drop it.
True, and when she's talking to the Traveller, she talks very cute.
And with Ford, when he was alone, when he had that independent vision, he did drop his persona.
Right.
So that's why I don't think Jester is...
Okay. I think she's enjoying playing someone a little less serious than Vex. I think she's just kind of having fun with the character, not
I think she's still trying to work out where Jester's going.
Yeah, I think so.
Whether it's got to be on the side of good, whether it's always got to be that neutral point, and it kind of just... I think Laura's battling with herself with Jester. It's Laura wants to do this, but Jester shouldn't. We should do this, and
I think the party really has could go either way with the morality of their decisions. They could either end up being a force for just what is good in the world, like Volksmarken, or more a party that kind of looks for personal gain, which is, if you've seen the movie. What was the one?
You're trying to make a reference, aren't you?
Charmed, I think it was. Yeah, Charmed.
Don't Charm it again.
The personal gain thing.
What's with you and Charmed? I don't...
It's a fantastic show.
It's a dated show.
Anyway, she tries to cheat with the help of Frumpkin, who's looking over her shoulder and stuff. I'm now at the point where I know all their names. When
now I figured out why I'm upset about the camera thing. You are completely in shot and I'm not.
Yeah, just scooch over this way.
No, I'm not ready for that commitment. we haven't had that falling out. We haven't had that video that we yell at each other yet.
Yeah. Not yet.
It's coming.
Now we also find about a whole bunch of like worshipped deities within Zadash. I tried to get them all down. We've got the Allhammer, the Raven Queen, Platinum Dragon, the Knowing Mistress, the Dawnfather, and the Lawbearer. Now later on in the episode, there is on the Hero's Call board, if you're a World of Warcraft player, a job to essentially shut down any worship of non-sanctioned gods. So there's a little bit of like not quite democratic religion.
So the Traveller would be fallen maybe in that category.
So they could be some
and also one that we find out when a said person returns. But before that, an interesting tidbit. Do you remember the Australian sounding character from this episode? Did you watch this episode? I
did, but I watched most of the live streams.
You know how they're like getting rid of their scraps, and there was an Australian accented person. According to Twitter, it's actually a Kiwi/Aussie hybrid, according to Matt Mercer.
Oh, okay, interesting.
So that's what his angle, but it sounded way more Aussie than Kiwi. I don't know where he got the Kiwi from.
Just to be clear,
if you're watching this, Matt, I don't know if it was Kiwi. It was very Australian.
I think we're reaching a bit for the stars, just assuming but no, you're right. It's like...
No, what do you mean? He said it. So I'm not criticising Matt.
We love
discussing your accent.
For like reference, Australia is put another shrimp on the barbie, mate. And New Zealand is kind of just this atonal, no real
They eat
accent.
prawns anyway.
It's like a void of the accent world.
We're lazier.
Yeah.
Our accents are lazier and we're just like... Blah, blah, blah.
Yeah. We just sound like you've put mud in your ears and then gone swimming very, very deep
underwater. That doesn't sound appealing at all. You put mud in your ears and then we went swimming. We sound like someone that's put mud in your ears and then you've gone swimming.
Exactly. So...
Do you also want to say that we look hideous?
No, we're damn attractive.
I'm average.
Speak for yourself. Anyway, we find the 6 shrines within Zadash and the sanctioned gods that you're allowed to worship, and there's a bit of like, thou shalt not have other gods before these 6 kind of thing. We also find the Inner Spread as the name of a place there as they're going around.
They go to the Bathhouse. Let's skip to the Bathhouse.
Let's skip to the Bathhouse.
There's something significant that happens at the Bathhouse.
So they all get naked. They all kind of jump in a bath.
That's not the significant thing.
I enjoyed that. Yeah. But yeah, essentially they all go to the Bathhouse. Caleb gets
prestidigitation.
No, but he gets clean, which is weird for him.
Palmer Sol.
Pumat Sol.
Do they accent?
Oh God, I can't remember it. Hello, mate. What do you need there? That's like Barney the Dinosaur.
That's like a New Zealand Winnie the Pooh. you've evolved to do a New Zealand Winnie the Pooh.
I played Christopher. My first ever acting role was Christopher Robin. Anyway, see now you've messed me up because you jumped ahead.
Anyway, Bathhouse, we meet Yasha. That's what I'm trying to get to. We meet Yasha.
Way down there. All right.
Yeah.
Yeah. We also find out that Molly is heavily tattooed beneath the robes.
And there's heavy descriptions of the tattoos, so that could mean something significant going forward. Or you just wanted people to draw that on the art. I don't know which way, but it feels like it's actually significant tattoos.
I really love it when you're watching and someone in the chat is like live fan art, and then like 2 hours later someone's done it and it's up online. So how do you draw so quickly?
Fan art! And just us, the most unappealing.
Can I get some fan art of me and Dave just yelling at each other because he didn't realise that?
Can we do this? If you're an artist and you want, and if you can draw, obviously you're an artist. My brain is so frazzled. But draw one of us winning. Which one you want winning?
Yeah.
Draw us winning.
Yeah. Is this in a fist fight or just in an argument?
Just whatever fight you want. You can make it a sword fight. You can make it a coconut fight. You can make it a...
He's not hitting me with a sword. He's got 2 empty halves of coconuts and he's banging them against my head.
You can make us just throwing stereos at each other. Whatever. We're open. We're very open people. Maybe even ripping off each other's legs and beating the death of each other.
But one of us has to win, and we want to see how it is in your fan art.
That would never happen.
It's never going to happen.
Want it to happen.
Just do it in MS Paint if you've got 5 minutes.
You can't, if you don't get what you don't ask for. I think that's the term.
Don't get what you don't ask for.
Yeah. Well, you don't get if you don't ask for it. I don't know. What's the word? I can't hurt to ask. I don't know. See, this is what happens when you're in a
You're
car
so tired.
for 18 hours straight
Right,
and you're
just
just doing nuts.
Just take that number keeps changing. It went from 18 to 14 to 18.
It was 14. I just exaggerated it to 18.
We're so off track in this episode.
Anyway, so we find out
they go to
Yasha
the bathhouse.
follows...
Yasha's there. She comes back. The whole party shouts and
Yeah,
screams, and so
she
does
follows
Jack.
Stormlord?
Yeah, the Stormlord. Yeah.
The Stormlord, so I think that's a secret deity.
Yes, and actually it took a bit of goading from Laura to get that out of her. Yasha was like, I think, kind of like, I don't want to reveal it too soon. Is this the right time?
Yeah,
And
it feels like
yeah,
there was a moment to reveal it, but
Yeah.
I'm glad they did, because to be honest, I was kind of a little bit bored.
Well, I wasn't.
I hate to say that.
Yeah, it was. I was going.
Yeah.
You know, I loved like the Briarwood arc of the last campaign, and even like the dragons and
No, I think, I mean,
Main stories.
even with the first campaign, there were a couple episodes I'm just like, I'm not too invested to what's happening right now.
Yeah.
And that's okay. That's okay. I mean, think about any TV series you've ever watched, any series whatsoever, there's always going to be that one or two episodes you're just like not engaged with, and it's fine.
We
It's
still,
fine.
well, I mean, obviously we love Critical Role.
All entertainment's subjective, and
Exactly.
it's
And
good.
maybe you really enjoyed this episode, and you know, it's
We're just
a
in too
personal
deep to like not watch it anymore.
yeah, we kind of have to.
Yeah.
So we also have a lovely little moment where Bo teaches Not to swim. Not, I think, has become my favourite character at the moment. I love Not to pieces. She's wonderful. I love her, like her roguish nature, but at a different level. Like so often you see it, it's someone that's out for themselves. They just want coin. They just want this, but Not kind of steals just because it's fun and she's a kid and she enjoys it.
Well, for a goblin, is she a kid? I mean,
She's
it's
6 and
revealed
9.
that she's like between 6 and 9, but what age is an adult goblin?
I think it's not far from human.
Yeah, because they did kind of like were very, very vague when they're talking about ages, that technically she can reproduce.
Yeah. She's at
So
childbearing age.
She's at childbearing age, whether what makes her adult or not, I'm not sure.
No,
But
I'd say no. But essentially, Bo teaches Not to swim, and they kind of put Not's head underwater, and when Not comes back out, she's screaming, I'll kill you all! You tried to murder me," kind of thing. Now, Sam, I don't know if it was one of the fans, it probably was, sent Sam a giant platinum flask to drink from, because that was one of the things that Not stole. I thought that's a nice little scale.
yeah, not go stealing as well.
Yeah, he does. He ends up with 2 buttons. She ends up with 2 buttons. I also thought it was, and Liam actually mentions it later in the episode, he chose Keen Mind as a feat for a very specific reason. He chose it because as a person, he often forgets stuff that's going on in game, but with the Keen Mind feat, it means that you do remember, essentially you remember stuff that the DM has said. You remember names and places.
Yeah.
So quite often Liam's like, I have no idea what the name of this is, but because of my feat, Caleb 100%
I'm going to use, if we ever play in a game with you again, I'm going to
Yeah.
have that, because there's so many times it's saying, I don't remember this, you're like, well, that's your fault. And I was like, my character would remember, he's smart.
I don't believe I've ever said that.
Oh, you have, so I will, we've recorded our games and there's
Go
going
for
to be footage.
You can start, in fact, we'll edit in the moment right here.
No, I do not have enough time to do that. I'm not going to do that, but I do know you've done it because it pissed me off when it happened. And I remember it because it's stuck in my mind, and that's why I'm bringing it up now. I've got a lot of suppressed anger.
This could be the last ever episode of NPCs.
Maybe. We're laughing, but internally we hate each other. Anyway, so basically they decide to take a job on.
I can't read my own writing.
Anyway, let's go along. They decide to take a job, taking on a roving beast.
Yeah.
And it's in the sewer nexus, so I'm guessing this is going to be underground in the sewers.
Essentially, there's been some webbing that's been clogging up the sewers.
Giant
so we're
spider,
thinking giant
maybe.
spider or
Yeah.
something. But I know it's Matt, so maybe
What
necro spider.
other things have webbing?
Depends if it's like a web. I mean, there's like monsters that can shoot goo and stuff to slow you down, but
It seemed like it's
acid
actually
splash or-
webbing and people are going missing, so it feels like a spider.
well, they did actually. They went through a lot of different jobs. One of which was any information about meetings conspiring against the government. And they were just like, well, we're not doing that because we're involved
Yeah,
in
that was Matt saying, I've given you the solution.
Yeah.
This is a task. Do you want to go on? No. Oh, okay. That whole meeting was pointless.
So they decided to kill Big Beast. Essentially, was the task. So they go off to do that. Someone kicks Frumpkin, and we find out that Frumpkin has 1 hit point. He takes 1 hit point, and he's gone. but obviously he's not gone forever. But the chat was kind of like, well, each time he brings back, maybe you should roll a d4 for his health, so it's different each time.
Jester talks to the Traveller.
Yeah,
that happens as well.
Yeah.
I think that's a very sweet and very interesting interaction that she had with the Traveller.
Yeah.
So I'm actually really liking that. Because I'm not really a gods person.
No.
Because I always play an anti-god character because I find that more fun of challenging it. But I think this is the first time I'm pretty interested in what happens there.
Interesting.
What is it actually about?
Then Caleb decides to disguise himself.
Sorry.
Caleb decides to disguise himself and walk up to these guards to essentially find out what this high-toned to-do soiree is all about. But as he approaches, he finds they've got a dispel magic shroud kind of thing. And when he approaches, his finery turns back to his regular clothes, and the guards are like, "Knew it, mate. Get back there," kind of thing. So that was kind of interesting. I feel like that kind of dispel magic stuff might come back later, maybe in some combat.
It seems this whole thing was Matt putting nuggets down and just no one grabbing for them. It just felt like that to me.
Then Jester goes to find she's still waiting on a package from her mum, the Ruby of the Sea. Now I'm just thinking to myself, like she's mentioned this a few times now, waiting for the package to arrive from her parents. I wonder if she's gone mad and her parents are dead and she's just not coping with it.
I don't think so. I mean, Ruby of the Sea is knowing more people outside of...
Yeah, but it just seems weird that why does she keep going for this package and it hasn't arrived yet? I'm not sure. I feel like there's something going on there.
Well, I mean, I guess they live in a world that doesn't have a time postal service like us.
We can't have like NZ couriers.
It's not like overnight postage or something like that. I mean,
yeah.
We don't know where it's coming from, and obviously it's outside of the map that we're familiar with.
Well, I'm gonna say theory that there's something going on there, and maybe her mum died a long time ago, and she's not working with it yet. And
I just think it just hasn't arrived.
She's just going to wait for a present.
This is just you at the door thinking, the mailman's probably dead. I'm like, no, it's just taking a couple extra days.
Dude, there's a delivery posted like 20 minutes ago. Like, no, it happened. The whole world's gone. Look, there's no one on the street.
I mean, there could be something more to that, but I just think it's just...
You have Caleb watch, I've got package watch.
Package watch.
Which sounds a little dodgier than I intended.
Package watch.
It's just me checking out.
Are you watching Jester's package?
It's just me on the beach with
I want that to be a t-shirt. Package watch. Are you watching Jester's package? With her winking.
But that's essentially the episode.
Oh, and also Caleb tries to buy porn.
We just thought we'd put that in there as well. So yeah, it was a lot of it was a lot of character interaction, not many plot hooks, despite Matt's efforts to try and get that going. But finally, at the end, they have the next mission, the next quest, kill the giant thing.
I think Matt's just happy that they picked something.
Anything, love of God.
Yeah, so it was a little bit disjointed. I mean, we did have the return of Ashley. Sounds like she's going to be around for at least a couple of weeks.
Yeah.
Probably taking break from Blind Spot. And for those that didn't get reference about the tattoos and Blind Spot, you know what Blind Spot's about?
Yeah.
Go.
Damn it, why do you never just not follow up?
Because you said yeah. So I was like, alright, I'll take a break here. The point, Blind Spot, the series that Ashley's in, the main character of that series, who plays Lady Sif in Thor, if you ever watched that, she has tattoos all over her body and means something. So that's the connecting jokes there.
Knowledge, dropping knowledge.
Dropping it.
That is... Don't drop it on yourself.
I just did.
Are you watching Dave's package? Because he wasn't.
I was not, and that hurt a little bit. Anyway, so...
That's the episode.
This is what happens when two overtired. He's sick.
Yeah.
I'm just buggered. But yes, we're going to do the question...
Yeah, the comment.
The comment.
The comment of the... I'm just going to get this fly off the camera. Yeah, the comment of the week comes from... Do you have it? I've got it on my own if you don't.
I do it. I have it from Charles Culpepper.
That's such a cool name, by the way.
Charles Culpepper. Do you want to read it out?
Yeah. So, the Ruby of the Sea was a consort. Now, a consort provides company. So, singing, dancing, talking, and really anything. While as a prostitute is a person you pay for sex. We all pay for sex in some way. So as a consort, you would be trained in all sorts of arts and theatre. Because of that, they are rare and hard to get a hold of. They are really expensive, and it can take years to get an audience. Hope that helps. Yes, that does help very much. So essentially, we thought that because of Jester's mum's line of work,
we
prostitute.
We kind of were going for the escort angle instead of prostitute.
Well, escort,
yeah. But this one's more of a consort, so this is like the next level up. A lot of people make comparisons to Inara from Firefly. Yeah, which is a good comparison because that's exactly what she is.
Right.
But yeah.
So thank you, Caleb Corn Swallow. What was it?
I think it's Culpeper.
Culpeper.
You read it out. You literally read it out 2 seconds ago. I put my phone down.
Charles Culpeper. Charles Culpeper. Thank you for your comment.
Charles Culpeper.
And if you have anything that you want to say, you put it in the comments, and you might be the comment for the next video. And
we do read all of them, even though we don't like all of them. We should be liking all of them. Or at least I'm liking some now. See, see, there's a list of all the 9.
I saw that. That was good.
That was good. That was good too. We're liking more comments.
Chester number 2 was the 9.
But we do
read them all. We do.
Yeah.
Every week we go through them and we read them, and it makes us happy. I don't know what that was. But
was home.
Someone just fell over and died. I don't know what's going on upstairs.
Anyway.
This could be the end of the world in the zombie apocalypse, so we will wrap it up so we can start rationing and stabbing people in their eyes.
No, we're filming that episode next.
Yeah, true.
The Dragon Tavern episode.
Where you can find out what the argument was about and the conclusion.
Anyway, but thanks all for watching. Make sure you subscribe, show us love, all that stuff. You guys are awesome, and having this little corner of the critter world makes us happy. Yep. And that's why we keep on doing this, even though some episodes aren't that great, we're still going to talk about them.
And if you jump on Teespring, you can buy some of our merchandise if you want to wear like D20 Multiverse shirts.
I touched you.
You touched me and you were like, I'm going to die. I'm not contagious, I'm alright. So yeah, thanks very much. Like and subscribe if you want to. And
you don't know that.
We'll be back same time next week to review episode 10 of Critical Role 2.
10? It doesn't really work the same way as 9.
The Mighty Tien from Dragon Ball Z. The guy that did nothing in any of the episodes. Tien. Yeah, Tien.
Shan.
Yeah.
Tien.
Tri-beam. That's us. Goodbye, good night, good evening, wherever you are in the world. Mwah.
I think that works. That one.
As like a thing to spread on?
Yeah, I think that's your thing. I need a logo.
Yeah, you need like it.
Bye. Hey Ollie, what's going on?
Well, Dave, I'm glad you asked. I'm just enjoying a nice cold cup of whey protein. No. If you want to bulk up fast, whey protein.
That was my one line on this entire bit. This is his thing. You're supposed to just move on to the next one.
You threw me off.
No, God damn it. You're supposed to just like put it down and just go with it. Like you're doing
so
your
I'm
own
not
thing.
actually listening, I'm just keep...
Exactly. Right. It's like that's the funny bit is the fact that it doesn't matter what I say, you're continuing on with this bit, and then I pick up on the fact you're doing munchkin after munchkin, and I'm like, what's with the munchkin? You should do the way stuff first.
Okay, cool. No, just fast.
Alright, I'll hold up this like I'm reading a script.